The Sunway Centre for Planetary Health's approach to sustainability is really an extension of the Sunway Group's admirable commitment towards sustainable development. The Centre is pioneering efforts in applying the planetary health principles and approaches so that we can address important drivers such as climate change and biodiversity loss, and the consequences of which, such as infectious diseases, outbreaks and pandemics as we are going through now. And so we're working hard to make sure that the academic discourse is interesting, exciting, accessible and digestible, so that our young people, our future leaders from the university will be able to innovate, to build partnerships, create solutions together with a broad range of stakeholders to affect lasting systemic change. I think, when we think about the climate crisis, it seems really overwhelming. And so, as individuals, we may have a default reaction to play the blame game. It's always someone else's fault. And that's our coping mechanism, because we can't run away from the fact that we created this. We are living now in the age of Anthropocene, where humanity is creating the everlasting changes in the world today. So if we can start with that, acknowledgement that, this is such a challenge, and then we can start to think about how can we do something to change things and make things better. So let's go beyond the blame game and let's work on acting upon what we already know. I think the first thing is to learn about our carbon footprint. We have to think where we shop, how we choose our products, whether it's local, is it from a sustainably conscious brand, or is it one of those factory hothouses that churns out, really high energy goods. We need to avoid over-consuming. We can do this through repair, reuse and recycling wherever possible. As investors, we need to think about investing in companies that do not bankroll on fossil fuel extraction. Sunway Group, for example, has always been acknowledged as as an ESG company that really has demonstrated that they take things seriously. We need to do that. We need to speak out and reduce demand against producers that drown us in unnecessary plastic packaging. I think we've got to speak to local leaders and national leaders on the importance of a good, well-connected public transportation system for a less car-dependent society. As an avid learner, I try to learn one new thing on sustainability. How do I better contribute towards a healthier planet? And it's through this process that, sustainability can be really simple, not complicated, and should be naturally inclusive. This packaging of sustainable living seems to be an exclusive concept, attainable only by those who are elite. And this itself is misguided and misleading. So we need to change that thinking. And I think that being sustainable is also very good business. The evidence is quite compelling. Companies that actually invest in sustainability actually perform better than those who don't. Sustainability is a lot more than your metal straws and paper bags, and surely doesn't just end by putting a sticker, a green sticker or an eco sticker in front of policies, programs or products. I think we've reached a point where our predicament is no longer just about development and economic growth. How about figuring out what a decent survival strategy looks like for humanity? So being sustainable means finding that balance between what we consume, and remember that every single thing that we consume has come out from the earth. So committing ourselves as individuals, members of our local communities, citizens of our countries and people of the world, to invest in a sustainable future is not just the trendy way. It's actually our only way forward. And I think the one thing I ask myself is 30, 50 years down the road, when we know today that we are at this tipping point of 1.5 degrees centigrade, We're at a place where the actions we take today are going to have serious consequences. What will the future generations say about us? And I think this is something, I remind myself each day. How will my future, I hope, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, talk about us?